Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Yoko from Japan. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm live from Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan. Every time I say I'm live from, I'm like, I'm about to spit out or something. Sorry, it's gross, I know. But anyway, hi. I'm sorry this is late. I was not feeling well yesterday, so I slept all day, and then I got up finally, like officially at 10 p.m. And then I've been up since then, and I took a nap in the morning only for like 2 hours or so, and then I woke up, and here I am. Sorry for that. Happens, just part of being a woman. But anyway, hey, hi, Samurai Yoko. I need a Star Wars sword or something. What is it called? Lightsaber. Ohio, Ohio. So good to see that you guys are still up. Yawn. I bet that you're sleepy. Yeah. Hello, all. Hello, Yoko and Hitoshi. Yeah. Your chat rules are in Japanese. Oh, really? I don't know how to say it. It's automatic. It's automatic. Hi, Yoko. I hope you and Hide are doing well. Yes, we are. Yes, yes. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna. Okay. I was about to sneeze and I stopped it. Yes. Kita, kita, kita. Ohio. Hello, hello. How are you guys doing? What's new? I posted what's new on Twitter, and some of you came back with replies. I roughly read it. I didn't get a chance to fully read it though. Would you get a red lightsaber? Why? The dark side? レッドのライトセーバーはダークサイドだよね。違う？だよね。ブルーの方がルークとかだよね。グリーンとかのヨーダ。Yeah. Not warm color, maybe. Maybe I should go with red on purpose. I don't know. Hello, hello, hello. I finally got my Nintendo Switch. Oh, cool. Old? Can't read. Cool. I only have my iPad and PS4. And the man that gave me the PlayStation 4 gave me like COD softwares, like what do you call it? Like COD games, like four of them or so, and then Battlefield and something else too. But I think I need a good controller, because it's so hard to do with the one that I got. But anyway, keep fighting. Thank you for your super chat. As always, thank you. Thank you so much. Build a get 'em back. And the hashtag is coming. Iran, nobody cares. There are 4 lights. Sorry, I'm modding on another channel. Yes, I know. It's a long show though, I suppose. That like it's the same range of my time, and you're modding like before and after, I feel. Oh, yes. The last time I was supposed to tell you guys about the English article that I wrote for Japan Forward. It's Japan Forward, as you may know, is like a conservative leaning English source from Japan, like a Japanese perspective. And it's basically Sankei Shimbun, like Sankei Shimbun, the newspaper that we read, conservatives read, and their English version basically. They hate that when I put it like that, because we are a separate company, But yeah, Japan Forward. So I wrote an article about the Japanese government's first ODA, like a financial support for Tibetans living in India, and it's the first time in our history So it's a huge step for Japan. Like America and the UK and all these other countries are supporting Tibet, like financially too. But Japan, we are so like our government is so scared of what China would think. So we didn't do that before. But there are good conservative National Time members in Japan too, and our parliamentary support group for Tibet is actually the biggest network, like a national diet level, like congressman level network in entire world. It's the biggest one, biggest group, like a caucus. So it's over 100 members. So we finally got to do that, and my husband actually played a big role to make it happen. Sorry, my throat is sore. So um, the link is listed in the description box below, but I think I can get you that. Yes. Actually, I should show you this article. No, this one. Let's see. 画面を共有する window. This one. Bam. Okay. Yes, now you see. So this is Japan Forward. Secret support for Tibet. Next, let's acknowledge the exiled government. Japanese government aid to India was really to support the refugees from Tibet living there, says the author, while asking why is Japan so secretive about it. And it was published on December 29th last year. So, so this is of course an article about our support for Tibet, but what that means is that our war against CCP. So this is about China. So if you like or if you are interested, please check this out. And I'll put that there. Okay. Okay. I should have. Oh, wait. I should scroll that. Oh no! Wait! I'm so clumsy at this. Sorry. Wait. My laptop easily like makes noise, so I'm like upset by that. But anyway, so this is the article. This is a picture I took in 2019 when I visited Dharamsala, India. And so there's the article, and there's a picture of the former Sikyon president, Lobsang Sengay, and us. And yeah, what we did, and the picture more, the doggy was, there were doggies, and then some image about Tibet, and more pictures that I took, and there's this, and this is the, from the second guy from the left is our amazing conservative National Diet member who lost in the election last time. So he's no longer a member, but he's still active. And there's my husband announcing about this project in the National Diet building on behalf of the volunteer group that made it happen. So, and there's this America's, it says funded by PRM US, and there's the American flag. So that's the building in Dharamshala, like where the Central Tibetan administration is. So Tibetan government in exile is located in India, Dharamshala, India, and there are buildings, built by America. So what we think, like we Japanese think, is that we should do these things as well, because we are in this together. So there was a big gathering, I guess this is called General Assembly. I think, yeah, general meeting, yeah, of the Japanese all-party parliamentary support group for Tibet. So this was back in September. And us, His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, this was taken in Dharamsala too. But anyway, so this is that. article. So read that if you can. And do you guys know Gordon Chang, the expert about China and international politics? Uh, we are friends with him, and I sent him this article, and he kindly, uh, shared the article. So I was very thankful for that. Yes. Tempted by the dark side, I see. Yes. Red and white Japanese colors. Oh yeah, why would be cool? Yoga, I can't believe One Piece is finally ending next year. I hope Eiichiro Oda takes a well-earned vacation. I didn't know that it hadn't ended yet. I'm not too familiar with like anime and comics and so forth, so yeah. Call of Duty, yes. Yoko, did you learn a lot about the Shinsengumi in school? I've been reading this book about them. That's cool. No, I did. I don't. I think that we learned in class, but not like particularly about Shinsengumi. So I don't know much about it actually. But my husband has been lecturing, for me. Oh, super chat, super chat. Where's super chat? Da, 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 da. Let me go down. Thank you so much for your super chat. Wait, how is that reflected on YouTube? I wonder. Thank you. It's $10. Yeah. Thank you so much. It says like on my service that I'm using for live streaming is somehow says like 10 units of super sticker, and I'm like, I got confused. Thank you, though. It really helps. So this is what I do. So it's really, I'm thankful. There's no comments, so I don't know what to say about. スーパーチャットもらいました。あ、どんなの？Fan. Number one fan. That's cute. Thank you so much. Yes, yes. Yes. It's like yeah, I do this for free, the article that I write is so on to like or when I get interviewed, of course, it's all for free. Like I do it for free. So yes, like all this support like this helps me a lot. Don't know what the chat gallons are because they are in Japanese. Oh man, I should look into that. In newish news, Ben Shapiro is being pointed out as controlled opposition, and Steven Crowder and the Daily Wire are feuding. Oh. I thought he was the Daily Wire guy. So they're fighting. Interesting. Happy random Yoko Day. Yes. Cool. Have you seen Grimes' music video called Shinigami Eyes? What do you think when a Westerner does a music video of Japanese topic? I've never seen that. I don't think I've seen that. Yeah, but it's always interesting when Westerners or foreigners in general look at Japan and express their perspective. It's like I remember the one with like when somebody made a music video about Trump, and it was very Japanesey, I think, like J-pop-ish, if I remember correctly. Yeah. It's usually like, oh, like I, of course, like things become stereotypical, but it's fun. Samurai Yoko, no previous mention you were on YouTube. Huh? No previous mention you were on YouTube. What do you mean? You came from Twitter or? Yeah. Congrats, Yoko and Hide. Thank you. Looks interesting. I hadn't heard of a connection between Tibet and Japan before. Yeah. See, that's why we need to like. There's the connection, and there are lots of supporters here. For Tibet, not only Tibet, but Uyghur, Southern Mongolia, and Hong Kong, Taiwan. Japanese people are supporting, all these nation states that are oppressed by China, and I don't think that we are vocal enough. It's probably part of our culture too, that our culture is very like non-verbal. We don't say things clearly, like we expect others to just understand, like read the air or read the room, and we expect others to understand, so that's bad. Our diplomats and our politicians have to do a better job. You're famous now. Yeah. You don't know Gordon Chang? Oh my gosh, he's on Twitter too. Gordon. There's an alphabet I think he puts in the middle too, but yeah, he goes on Fox News too. And I think he goes on War Room too, with Steve Bannon. And also, he kindly invited me to the show that he's co-hosting with John Bachelor, and so I've been on the radio show with him too. So yes, Gordon Chang is amazing. He's very, very popular among the conservatives here in Japan and also South Korea. um, I heard from yeah, I kind of witnessed that too when I visited South Korea in 2019. When there was a CPAC in South Korea, and prior to that, I had heard that uh, like the conservative people in South Korea really love Gordon Chang, and they cheered, or they were chanting like when he came on stage, like Gordon Chang, Gordon Chang. I think I witnessed that too when I visited. Like he's so popular because he's great. His tweets are very informative too. You should all follow him. You follow him on Twitter. That's cool. $10 来た。$10. Yeah. Jumping number one. Cool, cool, cool. Are Hollywood movies becoming less popular in Japan? I don't think so. We enjoyed Top Gun. The movies that my husband and I went to see recently are Top Gun and Avatar 2. We saw that recently. Avatar 2 is very popular too, but I saw like, sorry, my clothes is I saw though the bad side of Avatar 2, which is that it's, of course, it's about environment, and the earth, and basically like colonizers destroying the nature and the beautiful religion and that sort of things. And there are scenes of this time it's mostly about the ocean. So there are lots of scenes about whale-ish creatures. Like it's basically like whale hunting, and there's no Asians in the movie except for those scenes, like hunting scenes. So basically, it's meant as like it's depict like they used one Asian woman, like probably Chinese though. I don't know. She looks like Chinese. I don't know, but there's this Asian woman on the like on the machine and on the surface of the ocean, and she's hunting with the other guys. The whale hunting, and uh, so basically, it's representing like Japanese people, killing whales and so on. Like whales and dolphins, we do like traditionally we have a culture of that. So I think that James Cameron wanted to depict that, and I didn't get to see the details, but I saw some tweets showing the picture of the weapon to attack the whales, and on it there you can see the Japanese character, not Chinese character. It's like Japanese character, so it's meant as Japanese people, you know. I thought that the movie was basically about white guilt, you know, but it's like Japan guilt too. Like it's bad in that way. But the movie though was very very good. Like it looks so real, and I think that that perspective was actually good. I do agree with, like, coming from you know, an Asian country with Asian background, like our religions are very similar to what is depicted in the movie. So I did enjoy, you know, that perspective, but I don't know, proud of what, for example, U.S. Patriots would think watching that, because it's like I bet that it looks like white guilt, you know. But yeah, the movies here, like, I mean, Hollywood movies in Japan, it's still very popular. I don't see anything changing, at least like as far as I know. What do you think of YouTubers that live in Japan and speak Japanese but are from America, who surprise native Japanese with their language skills? They they are loved so much. Like we love it when foreigners speak fluent Japanese. Like we're just I don't know, I don't know how to describe that, but we are very astonished, and some people speak better than us, you know. So yeah, and when it's like broken Japanese, you know, when it's not too fluent, it's cute, right? And we can see the desperation, and we admire that so much. Like Japanese language is so difficult even for us native speakers. So like we can't even imagine, like we don't understand how they can do that. So every time we see or hear like foreign people speaking Japanese, we're like, wow, you know, thank you so much for taking your time and effort to, you know, be able to speak, to make yourself, you know, be able to speak. Yes. Steven Crowder. I see. The more I learn, the more I side with Crowder. Oh, interesting. I need to look into that. Like, is that like politically? Is it a political battle going on between Shapiro and Crowder, or is it more of a business side? Man, when people get together, there can, yeah, like it's the same for music bands as well. You know, there people make a music band together, and then along the way, like they realize that they're going to different directions and fights, and you know, the band ends. I saw your tweet, and that's why I came. Cool, thank you for coming. Yeah. Gordon Chang is great. Yes, he's the boss. Yes. It'll be great if Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and the US can continue to find common ground with each other. Yes, I agree. And speaking of which, kind of, I wanted to talk about today. Is it today? Yeah, today's newspaper. This is Sankei Shimbun. This is the logo, Sankei Shimbun. So, conservative-leaning newspaper. And the first section, this is about our Coast Guard. So they're making two new ships to counter China. And then this one is about America. Oh, there's some organization of Russia. I think they said that they are a criminal organization or something like that. I haven't read it fully. But this section, America note, so there's this section. So it says Biden to Biden administration, there's like an impact. So basically, it's talking about Biden administration is now like on the returning point. Like it's already like 2 years, and this expert, like a Japanese expert on America, he's been doing this work for decades, but he's pointing out how, you know, how like the like let's see how can I say, uh like he's comparing Biden with Trump. And so he's making the point. Let me just translate as much as I can. I am not good and I can't translate in detail, but basically this is saying that, so as for foreign policies, Biden administration, we praise the international cooperation of Biden administration, but when it comes to Russia and Russia's invasion to Ukraine, it's something that did not happen during Trump administration, but it did during Biden administration, right? So, and Afghanistan became a like very chaotic because of the way that America withdrew. And as for China's illegal activities, it was Trump administration that, confronted that from like face to face, right? And Biden is trying to carry that on, but his administration is at the same time trying to work with China too. And Biden administration is reluctant to, confront China militarily. Yeah. And then China can see that, like it's as if they know it and they are coming to Taiwan and so on, like militarily. And North Korea's Kim Jong-un's stance changed as well towards America. So Kim Jong-un, back when Trump was the president, Kim Jong-un was he was begging to Trump, and like to get in touch with him, and Kim Jong Un also stopped the development of, like, is it development? Oh no, it's like he didn't use nuclear weapons and missiles to agitate. He didn't do that during Trump administration, but now under Biden's America, Biden is avoiding military measures. So now Kim Jong-un is agitating militarily. And Russia's invasion. Oh yeah, Iran. Trump assassinated the commander of the group in Iran, but Iran didn't, try to attack Trump either. So, and then it goes on about the domestic policies as well, how it says how Biden is like, but like Biden's America is like record breaking high inflation. It's on our newspaper. And the illegal immigrants, the increase, like massive increase of illegal immigrants, it has become the anxious element of the society. And and AP, the press, AP, they did a poll, and 71% of the people said that the country, America, is going to the wrong direction. That's huge. 71% thinks that Biden administration or like Biden-led America is going to the wrong direction. Wow. Biden administration is Biden administration can keep the like momentum by attacking Trump, but um, now the picture has changed too, because Biden was using Biden was using the classified documents to attack Trump, right? To as the threat, as a threat for democracy. But it came back to him, like Biden himself, like a boomerang. And Biden, yeah, and they talk about the classified documents, like how it was found and blah blah blah. And it was kept a secret. And this January, January 9th, CBS reported for the first time, and it was the first time that the people got to know. And then since then, the American media, the White House officials, and Biden himself, um, they are dealing with that, but there's no clear answer. Again, this is from the newspaper from another country, okay? And we are very familiar with this. And the House, the majority of the House, there's the question, like a more like severe question from the Republicans. Trump's house was raided by the FBI, but Biden is not, like, they are not doing that to Biden. So the article is introducing that question. And then they talk about the $55 million of donation to, oh, so Biden used the office of Pennsylvania University Research Center, and so they were receiving $55 million from, wait, China, is this it? Yeah, Chinese organization. Wow. And so the that impacts, like, how is it going to change the American politics? And America's politics basically, it swings between conservatives and liberal, and they do like that. But we're watching how that goes. So that was long. I hope I didn't bore you. But yeah, so that's what's on our newspaper. Isn't it cool that we are familiar with that? They also talk about the Chinese people too. This, do you see the picture? The Chinese people, so many people, celebrating their New Year and so on. So, but anyway, yeah. Let's get back to your comments. I wanted the humans to win the first Avatar, and I hate the blue monkey people. Avatar 2 was disappointing, was it? Hollywood has pretty much every movie going against America, so welcome to the club. That's so true. Back in the day, like American, like Hollywood movies were so cool. Like cowboys and like, yeah, I don't know why it's called in English, but yeah. Man, it was, the movies were so good until like the 90s. It was like lots of emotions and like a lot of like a very strong story to tell. But today it's more about like I'm a creator myself, so I can see the intention of the creators. So like sometimes I'm watching a TV show or a movie and I can see like, oh, they did this scene just to show how they can work it out, the ocean scene, for example, because the water water scene, for example, in Avatar, it's beautiful, right? And we do want to see that, but it's kind of exaggerated, that they want to show their technology, basically their skills to depict such a scene. And I don't know, maybe I'm twisted, but like even music too, that they create something on purpose just to show their skill. And when I catch that, I get kind of like I was going into a good mood, but then I'm like, oh, like I come back to the reality. So I don't like that sort of things. But anyway, hi Yoka, greetings to all from the country of the living sky. US and Germany do not give heavy tanks to Ukraine. What is your thoughts on this issue? Oh, I wish my husband was here. He went out, I think, just now. He was here, but he went somewhere. Maybe to grab something. So I don't have a clear answer. Like my husband knows better. But Germany, wait, so Germany is reluctant to give tanks to Ukraine. So isn't that why the UK is giving tanks to Ukraine first, so that Germany can feel like, oh, we can do that too, because you don't want to be the first, and you don't want to get the burden by yourself. So I think that was what my husband was saying earlier. You didn't know about Gordon Chan? Really? Gordon Chan needs more, like he needs to get acknowledged more. Like he's been working for decades. Like he's there's a book. What? There's a book of Gordon Chan. I wonder when it was written. This is very famous in Japan. Oh, 2001. So let's see. Let me show you. Boom. This book. I don't know what it see. It's 2001. Gordon Chang. I wonder why it's called in English. Oh, see. As a New Yorker titled, let's read this review just for fun. 2005. As a New Yorker titled his review of Gordon G. Chan's The Coming Collapse of China. He wrote that in 2001 on Amazon. Doom and gloom sale. Oh no, that's a severe a review. Interesting. Okay, maybe not a good review. I don't know. But this was very famous in Japan too. So, yeah, maybe like we know, but you don't know, that sort of things. Yep. Actually putting Japanese characters on the weapon. Oh yes, Avatar 2. And an American audience mostly can't tell the difference if it's kanji. So true. Yeah. And what was interesting about Avatar 2 was that I didn't see black people. Basically the humans are like sky people, was it? Yeah, the humans are the colonizers, right? Like on another planet. And the blue people are the natives. So humans go invade, and it's like a bunch of white people. Where's the diversity? Like it's supposed to be in the future, I suppose, with the technology and everything. So I suppose that it's set in the future. And now, like if you see, I've seen a long time ago. I saw the like a what you call it, like a future picture of Americans, like how Americans would look in 2015, 2050. So it's basically like brown people. It's not really brown, but like it's not like totally white people, like people are like mixed up race wise, and there are less and less white people, but somehow in that movie Avatar 2 there are a bunch of white like very masculine males basically, and a little bit of females. And I don't remember seeing black people. It's pretty biased, right? And only one Asian. So that's weird. Man, I wish I could like Japanese people like reacted to the whale scene, and like I saw the reactions on Twitter and so forth, and people were saying like, oh, James Cameron need to learn more. So like we are happy to help, to help him study about like for him to be introduced, to the facts that we know, our culture and so on. Mm, yeah. But anyway, my husband is home. Let's ask him that. アメリカとドイツがタンクをやりたがらないウクライナにと、どう思うか。だからそのドイツ、なんかイギリスがだからあれにして、そうだ、UK did give tanks already to Ukraine? Or they decided? Did they decide? The UK decided. Challenger. 名の通り。As the name says, the UK is a challenger. They're giving challenger to Ukraine. Man, I was watching. Did I tell you about Daijiro, the Japanese guy, explaining like pronunciation of English, and he compares American English with the UK English, and basically he summarized as that American English is ah, and British English is oh. Man, he's so funny. Oh man. So my husband says about the tanks to Ukraine, Germany is very reluctant, just like Japan, very like shincho. I don't know that word in English. Shincho, cautious. And Japan also still Japan hasn't given any weapons to Ukraine at this stage. なんかベストとかだったよね。So like we've given yeah we have given like Japan has given protective gears to Ukraine people, but not weapons because yeah it's not. Oh, speaking of which, it's I was reading a little bit like inside of this newspaper today because I need to collect information, and there's this article about this one about like they were talking about how to actually work together like militarily, and because like the commander system is important, right? Like, and this was pointing out how with the the new revision of our national security documents from December last year, because of that we can now work closely together with the US or South Korea even, but it's not gonna be applied to like normal what you call that in English, let's see, peacetime. Normal time, and it can be applied only when some emergency happens. So if we are to work together militarily during like peacetime, then it goes against our constitution that we can't like proactively do military exercises against other countries. Like it binds our actions, our constitution. So yeah, so they were talking about that too. And right. So So the common thing between Germany and Japan is that we both lost the World War II, and after that, both countries, both Japan and Germany, we are like the leftists became strong in each of our countries, and our military actions were prohibited. Like the left says like we were too militaristic and so on, and so they stop us because demonizes they demonize us, using the example of the World War II. And because of that, even though like we just want to be a normal nation, right, with the ability to carry out all these military actions with our alliance and so on, we can't even do that, and that's a problem, right? And I forget who it was. I think it was from an expert, but Japan. Yeah, oh yeah. I recently I was watching this like a national security a show about national security in Japanese, and so Japan doesn't own nuclear weapons. But the thing about Japan is that we are a democratic nation, and we have kept our peace, right? Like militarily, like it's not like we are going overseas to take over. Like we are only protecting our nation, and we elect everybody, and there's like you can't do frauds in our elections, so it's a democratic nation with no problems like other countries. And so what that means is that you know countries like us, countries like Japan does deserve to have the nuclear weapon. And like that's a perspective that I heard recently, because we obey to the rules, and like our people, we are very like we are peace minded, peacefully we peacefully think, right? Like we don't want to cause wars and so on. And so, and countries like us should have nuclear weapons. And that was an interesting take. I had never thought about it. So yeah, very interesting. Yoko looks elegant in pink as always. Thank you. Pink, and this is pink too. But my favorite color, by the way, is actually purple. Pink is a little too girly, but yeah, isn't it weird that the colors that you like and you think what that looks good on you is not the color that other people would think that would look good on you, right? Like my people around me like me when I'm wearing like bright colors or very clear colors like pink or red or something like that, but I like purple and black and that sort of things. So that's very interesting. Flatter, but I want to learn Japanese or one of the other pictorial Asian languages. Thank you for celebrating Lunar Year with us. Yeah. A lot of MAGA people are suspicious about Ben Shapiro. Yeah. Well, isn't that because he's a Jewish person? He's Jewish, right? Like, yeah. Man, but Ben Shapiro is so freaking smart, though. He's like, man. Like like of course people would disagree with him, like about some ideology or whatever, but like how his brain works and how he can debate logically and with a lot of knowledge and so on, it overwhelms me, like so smart. Oh, it's not political, okay. Oh no, now everyone is suspicious. Problem with investors. Yeah, that happens. Yeah. Interesting, interesting. Russia is about Wagner Group sanctions Russian mercenaries fighting in Ukraine. Was it the same one? Yeah, I think it's a militaristic one. Oh yeah, Wagner. Yes, that one. Yes. In English, I'm like reading it as Wagner, and this says Wagner. Sometimes translation is funny. Oh yeah, the our bank guy will change to the Japan. Japan bank? I don't know what it's called. Oh, by the way, in Japan, corona virus or virus like corona will be classified as the fifth kind. What that means is that, like right now, um, against coronavirus, the everything is free. So they have some system here. So one is Ebola pest, and then the second one is SARS and Corona and Korea, and some other things. But so the fifth class is seasonal flu. So right now, like coronaviruses or the diseases are classified as the same as what, like Ebola or something. So basically, like when we go to like we can get vaccinated for free, and like we don't have to pay, right? It's all done by tax money, but they're shifting that soon. When is that? I wonder when is that. They're considering that right now, I guess. Yeah, but so the system will change. So yeah, finally, I feel like our country is moving forward. And I hear that we will no longer have to wear a mask inside of buildings starting in April. That's what I hear. So, but I think I have a feeling though that people will continue to wear a mask. And it's not what you think, half of the people I feel that, because I do see that on like interviews that I can see on TV too, that young girls especially, they say that, oh, I think I will continue wearing a mask. Why? Well, because half of my face is covered and I can only focus on my makeup around my eyes and I look cute. And that's what I heard. I really heard that on TV. And other gals, with her was like, yeah. And me, for example, too, like I'm 37 years old now, and I see I'm growing older, right? So like, and also like, I don't know, I'm smiley to you, but I'm not always smiling. So I have a dead face, like very scary face, like when I'm not smiling. So it helps, when I'm wearing a mask. Like I look like a good person. But yeah, so now it'll be good. But like I myself don't want to wear a mask, but I don't like it when other people are not wearing a mask, because I'm so like such a clean freak, basically. Like I'm too nervous about things. So, but anyway, South Korea, Japan, Taiwan should form a new union against the rising threat of China, Russia. Yeah. Thailand is notoriously bad at business. Take Elvis, for example. There are some exceptions. トランプ政権なら行わなかった. Yes. Good job, America. Yeah. I love Donald J. Trump. He's my top husband. He's standing when he's in Japanese media. Well, it's been going in the wrong direction over 10 years. Read it again. This time I will try to act surprised. Biden is on the CCP's payroll. Absolutely true. Yeah. I really want to know the deals that his son Hunter was making with CCP and Ukraine. Like yeah, like that son is so weird. Like I see all these pictures and so on, and I don't want to judge, but that's so like I don't know, like it's on a different level, you know. Man, there's what's difficult about American politics and society. You know, one of the difficult things is that I don't get the sense of rich people. Like there are lots of rich people in Japan as well, but not like not that level of rich. You know, the rich in America, it's different here. So I can't, like, I've never even lived in the States, so I can't really tell, like, you know, the atmosphere and like what it's really like, you know. So yeah, Obama is running America into the ground. Yeah, Obama is still there, this dragging. I think that Obama actually made a like his legacy became a wrong example for our prime minister. Our prime minister, the current prime minister Kishida, his face is here. Yeah, Prime Minister Kishida. He is from Hiroshima Prefecture. And of course, being from Hiroshima, he wants to push the peace agenda. And what that means is the, you know, abolishment of nuclear weapons. And yeah, he for that he campaigns at the UN and so on. You know, basically, from my point of view, he's copying Obama because Obama, you know, I don't think his appeal was good. You know, like Obama's to me, Obama is like a communist to me, but he's if you look at him as a politician, his campaign was great, right? Like Obama knows what he's doing, and he's like no nuclear statement and everything, like how he made a speech and so on, and the image that he created for himself, the peace and so on, like it worked so well and it became his legacy. He even used Hiroshima. He visited here, hugged the victim and so on, and made a great performance, and then people were touched, both Japanese and Americans. And of course conservatives in America were mad, you know, calling that apologetic tour or apology tour. And I can see where that is coming from. But so that, I think, became a example. Like we all saw that, and now we see Obama as like a lot of, not me, but a lot of people see Obama as like an angelic or saint kind of figure, you know, like, oh, he's on a different level, like he's very much thinking about the word peace and blah blah blah. Like they follow that narrative, right? And I think that Kishida is trying to do the same. Yeah, and G7 is gonna happen in Hiroshima, right? So yeah, he wants to do that. It's so contradicting though, because like Kishida is like, you know, he's revising all our systems, and that's good. But what that means is that we are working closely with a nuclear power, America. Like we are under America's umbrella, right? Nuclear umbrella. And on the other hand, like he is saying, like, oh, nuclear weapons, don't use that. Let's abolish that. Like his message is contradicting to me, and I really think that it's important to point out that contradiction, because as I said, like I think that Japan needs to get trusted by the international society. It's different from for example, North Korea possessing nuclear weapons. Like you don't know what they're gonna do. Russia too. They are threatening right now. The only reason why we can't end the war in Ukraine is because Putin is threatening us with nuclear weapons, right? So that's how they use, right? And Japanese people, like we don't even have that. If we had our own, you know, you would benefit everyone, on our side, right? Of course, right now we are so-called what we call like a nuclear sharing is what we are doing, but yeah. Bolshevik billionaires, the CCP, and cultural Marxists. Yeah. More classified documents are being found in Biden's home and office. Of course, this is normal for the corporate media. The deep state wants to get rid of Joe Biden because he's too old and unpopular. They want a younger, more handsome puppet like Gavin Newsom. Oh yeah, I hear that name. This won't change American politics unless the main news sources for the American public change and report this information they want. America is being destroyed by three forces. Oh yeah, I read that. And it's nice Japan keeps better tracks. Yes. Oh my eyes, like I'm darkly getting hit by the warm air, so it gets dry. Most of those articles are the same as what is in the Associate Press in English. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, super chat. I see a super chat. Oh, wait. I realized that there are lots of comments. Sorry, I'm slow. What are your thoughts on Okinawa? Some declare themselves as Okinawans to distance themselves from Japan. Don't make mistakes. Don't make sense. They're still Japanese. Yes. It's CCP that is agitating that. Our leftists and CCP that is agitating that. Like whether they are whether they are in Okinawa or Hokkaido, they're all Japanese. I think that recently BBC wrote something about that too. Like I saw someone I follow mentioning about it, like how like they were basically calling us racist. I think like I didn't read the whole article. I only read the tweet, the reaction. But so Okinawa is Japan. The problem is that we tend to forget about Okinawa, so that's the problem. But after, especially because during the World War II, Okinawa people suffered so much. Like there was so much that like I can't even describe like what they went through. During a war, it's a war, so war is of course like there are consequences, and it's like I don't even know the right adjective to describe what they went through. But so especially because of that, after the World War II, our emperor visited. No, he couldn't do it, I guess. So his son, the father of the current one today, he went to visit Okinawa, and to show that we are with Okinawa, like a part of Japan. And yes, and CCP on the other hand, they want to dissolve Japan basically. So easy way is to up north it's Hokkaido, and in the south it's Okinawa. So they agitate the identity of the locals, right? And then so that they can detach us from Okinawa and make Japan smaller. Like they are the separationists. Separationist is the term that CCP uses when we fight against CCP for their colonization on Tibet, Uyghur, Southern Mongolia, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. When we point out that, hey, those are independent countries that you, CCP, are colonizing. And then they call us separatist, that we were trying to separate one big China, right? So they do the same thing to us. Like, it's Japan, but we are Japan. Oh, sorry, my voice is a little too loud. But we are, like, Okinawa is Japan, and Okinawa people are Japanese. However, they try to create something like that to call us separation, to make Okinawa independent for Okinawa people. I'm like right back at you. Like, it's interesting how they can be contradicting so much. Like, if they think that Okinawa should be independent, then definitely Tibet, Uyghurs, and Mongolia, Hong Kong, Taiwan, they should be all independent, right? Huh. So they openly lie to you, like, darkly, like, your face is so weird. I don't know. They're, oh man, they've got some nerve. Yes, but so yes, it's just part of their, like, tactic, or the way that they fight to take over Japan. They use identity. Did I see another super chat? Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for your super chat. I really, really appreciate it. I think you being shadow banned might want to add a Rumble account and maybe do a collaboration with Exado Lioness. You think I'm shadow banned? I think so too. Like, I have on YouTube especially, I have what, 56,000 subscribers, and I only get like hundreds of views per video. I know that I'm not pumping out videos, I should upload more to activate the algorithm for the better, but still, I think that if the everything was natural, then I would get more views and so on, and people would get notified, but I don't see that happening. So that's very weird. Thank you though. Rumble. Do you guys use Rumble? I'm not too loud. That's good. Don't care about my increase. That's good. There are like 5 super chat. What? I read that. Oh yeah, I missed that. Sorry. Thank you. Gyaru are the best. People love gyaru. Gals. Japanese gals are an interesting creature. It's so weird that we're the same race, Japanese gal, but they usually they have like a very brown, like bright brown or gold, like a blonde color hair, and usually long, and they have like a curls at the bottom, and yeah, their fashion is very unique, and they are basically they speak like the liberal Californian gals though. Like, they don't have a good image here in Japan, like the gals in Japan. They're the symbol of like dumb girls. But they're usually nice people. So that's what's funny about them. Very hearted, or like open-minded. Let's see. Sorry, I missed a lot of comments. お、頑張ってください。ありがとうございます。遅れてしまった反応が30分前だ。I received a comment in Japanese like 30 minutes ago. I'm so slow. Sorry, like I can't really like this. The problem of the service that I'm using, StreamYard, is that it does have like a scrolling part, like, oh, you have scrolled this far and I can see like how much, but it's very like it's not very accurate. I realized, like, I thought that I was not receiving many comments, so that I was like taking my time explaining things in detail. Man, let's see. 90s movies were great. Fight Club was a great movie. Yeah. I didn't see the ending coming. Like, I didn't see that happening. Oh man. Maybe it was because I was young, but I was digging like butterfly effect to Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. And yeah, I was into like a kind of like, what you call, like a psycho thriller. Yeah. The USA is going to hell in a handbasket. Children aren't safe in this country anymore. Oh no. All movies were cool. Modern Disney movies are abominations for narcissists. Yeah. I mean, it's sad that, for example, Star Wars, my husband is a huge fan of Star Wars, and he made me watch all the movies, like all the series. But I realized that the recent ones, there's Ray, the girl, and she can use force like no problem. But do you realize how difficult it was for Luke? But then the girl Ray is like, yeah, of course I can do that. The balance is off because they are pushing the political correctness and the diversity and so on. And yeah, it's not fun anymore in that sense. A lot of Hollywood writers today forget to make the story good first and then send their message. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Hide went to get ice cream. He's home now. Did you get an ice cream? Mm. He said in English, no, I didn't buy it. Huh? Today. Not yet. Ukraine-Russia war is going to blow up into the World War III. Do you think so? But we don't have the money, though, to do that. Oh, he forgot to buy something. He's like, ah. Every time my husband reacts, his reaction is so big, like, ah, ah. He's like that. Huh? American, he's trying to be like American, I guess. Overreaction. Yeah, Americans' facial expressions are so cool. And it's like, I don't know. When we Japanese people see Americans are just very expressive, and yeah, the attitude is very funny too. So we sometimes mock Americans, but I guess like it goes vice versa because Japanese people usually have a straight face. So yeah, it's only after I started to study English that I started to use my facial muscles. When I talk to people or when I go online. It's yeah, I had to I had to intentionally practice to do that. Yeah. But yeah, the World War Three. I feel like we don't want to fight though, especially developed countries, because we know that public opinion doesn't follow. Like those liberals usually want to help people in Ukraine, but they don't. I know that they don't want to like go into a massive war, right? Like killing Russians and so on, like more massively. Like I know that they want to protect Ukrainians, but I don't think that they want to kill Russians. You know what I mean? Because that's the picture that I see when it comes to our war against CCP. That it's usually liberals that are, very active in this fight against CCP, but the problem of them is that, especially Japanese one, I guess the foreign ones are a little different. I don't know how far they're thinking about it, but liberals here, at least, like, of course, the liberals here in Japan care about the human rights as well, and they push, like, we need to protect all these people, that are oppressed or that need help. We need to help them. They say that, but they never attack CCP. So even for Putin, I guess Putin, they are accusing problems, but not really. Like, it's not like they share information, but it's not like attacking Putin. You know what I mean? Like, so. Da, 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 da. I recognize the book, Gordon Chan. I just didn't recognize his name. Oh, cool, cool, cool. Humans are villains, so Hollywood only uses white villains. Yeah, so biased, right? Like, it's not correctly representing the modern society, because I feel like the people on the left, they are fighting against all the problems that they thought were problems like decades ago. Things are changing because of their effort, fortunately or unfortunately. And now we have, like, we are all equal, pretty much, right? And the world, or at least like in developed countries like America or Japan or Europe, like, diversity is already there. And women, they, like, we have our voice, and but they pretend like we are still bad, right? It's so, I don't get like, why can't you just congratulate all the progress that they've made themselves? Mm. Germany put a condition on the Leopard 2 tanks to ship to Ukraine by the NATO countries if the US is sending Abraham tank. They giving permission, they will supply as well. Mm. Yeah, so they altogether they send. Sorry, I'm not following that news too much, so I'm not familiar. Sorry. I'm mixed race, Metis and Hispanic. What is Metis? Mm. Girisha? Metis. What? Oh, okay. Now I see. Like a mixed. Oh, there are different kinds of mix. Like in my dictionary here, like European and North Native mixed, or black. That's a lot of difference in one word. Okay. Oh man, it's been almost like an hour and a half. It's like nearly 4:30 p.m. I should go soon, or like now, I guess. Our dinner is always set at 5:30 p.m. Isn't that too early? I wake up late, so usually when I wake up, I usually wake up around noon because I stay up late, and then I drink coffee and eat something like just, I don't know, like oatmeal or bread or something like that, like just small amount, and then, then what? In a few hours, I have to make make dinner. Mm, 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 mm. Japan must amend constitution, and Japan must prepare to fight against China. Yes. Oh yeah, but our poll, by the way, when we started to hear about the invasion by Russia to Ukraine, the like our understanding became better for national security. Japanese people, or we the last war that Japan has been in is the World War II. So like in the meantime, up until now, like America, for example, like there were lots of wars, right? But Japan, we our last war is the World War II. So people don't know how to protect our country anymore, and we don't have the sense, you know and but when we saw what's happening in Ukraine, people here realized the like how things work, that we need to you know make sure that we are strong and so on. But now we are kind of getting used to the war in Ukraine. So, and also our economy, like just like America, our economy is bad, so people are wearing out, like um we are getting tired. And so yeah, that's like I saw the poll, showing that people now understand, like we should revise our constitution and so on. Like there are polls like that, like we need to increase our budget for national security, and so more people understand that. But I think something related to that, maybe not that topic, but something related to that. Like, I think I saw that people are getting reluctant again because the wave has like gone or something. Hmm. Let's see. That's like I'm I'm reading comments from like 30 minutes ago. How many days would it take for Japan to build their own nuclear weapons if they wanted them? 2 weeks? Yeah, like very, very short time, I hear. Let's see if I can. 日本核、make time. Just to show that we have it less than a year, but even if we go in details, it's 2 to 3 years. Or oh, a super chat I hear. いや、結構見たよ。あ、一番下。Thank you for your super chat! Hi, Yoko. Happy Sunday. Check for super chat. Ciao. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really. Yoko super chat, you missed it. Really? Was there anything more? No, I read that shadow ban, right? And then this one, Okinawa, I answered. And Gyaru comment, I answered. これじゃなくて。沖縄の見たよ。シャドー版見たよ。うん。うん。次。うん、見た見た。うん。ヨコさんもギャル路線に分類されると思うの、私だけ。I don't think I'm a gal. No way, no way. I'm a very serious type. Goth Lolita, better beautiful costume. Yeah, I wanted to be a goth when I was younger. So I wore all black and I had like a spiky things around my belt and so on. Rumble rules. I don't really use Rumble, but thought of uploading to Rumble more. Huh. Yeah, it's such a hustle to upload on other sites. I just suspect that given how many views you used to get, you may have been shadow banned. Yeah, I mean there was a campaign that leftists here were doing, attacking and trying to close conservative channels or right wing channels, and I was their target, so I know that they reported me a lot. So maybe that's why. これ。いや、出てないよ、まだ。これしか出てないよ。あ、今出てきよ。コメントだよ。時差があるこれ。It has been lost to time. Oh, I see. John. Oh, okay, sorry. Thank you for your work here. I'm a big fan. What are your thoughts on global times wanting Japan to go to war with Russia directly over Kuril Islands? Wow. Thank you for super chat, by the way. Thank you. Sorry for missing that. I was taking too much time reading above comments. What are your thoughts on global time? 環球時報? Oh, I was basically asking what Yoko thinks about global times advocating Japan fight Russia directly over the Kuril Islands. Wanting Japan. 日本に戦ってほしいと思っている。どう思いますか？グローバルタイムズ環球時報だよね。中国がこっちロシアと戦ってほしいと思っていると言ってる。They're advocating that I didn't know that. My husband's instant reaction was that Japan will not fight. Unfortunately, we must, like, even now, right now, we need to, especially times like this, it's a good chance, Russia is, like, we know, like, you can see what Russia is capable of and what they want to do, and they have done that already to our territories, and we need to fight back. And that's a good chance because they are in a war already. So that means that if we start to fight against Russia, then that becomes two fronts for them. But at the same time, though, it will be two fronts for us too, because we have to fight against China. So probably that's why if global times are advocating that, then that because, we actually think in the same way, like we and CCP, we think the same. Like we want our enemies to, fight at many different enemies so that they can't handle it anymore. Their power is, man, I don't know the expression in English, but they can't. The more fronts that you have, the less sustainability that you will have, like militarily. So yes, that's the way to think, I think. Yeah. ありがとう、ヨコさん。ありがとうございます。Because you're not there! ハズバンドさんがいないからね。My husband is supposed to, watch my stream to make sure that all the super chats are covered, but he went out by himself. Fighting a multiple fronts war. Yes. I think Yoko is a gyaru. I like their personalities. I don't really like tons of makeup. Yeah, gyaru people, or they wear lots of things like their eyelashes and like I don't even know how it's composed. Like it's an artwork, that they do. And their nails too. Like see, I don't have anything on my fingers because I don't like it. Like for hygienic reasons, I cook and so on. And also I go to the bathroom and like I know the germs get into the nails and so on, and I don't like that. So and also when I put like things on my nails, like I can feel that my nails are not being able to breathe, and I don't like that. So I don't put anything on my nails. But gals, they do that a lot. Man, I'm getting hungry. I need to eat dinner. Man, it must be really late over there, wherever you are. The Japanese assisted the United States 9/11 in the Middle East. We did help in Middle East, yes, but like that back then too, like there were lots of controversies, because we can't really do anything, and our self defense forces are bound by our limitations, of conditions. So what that means is that we can't attack enemies even if like it's a dangerous situation. Like sometimes you have to attack first to protect yourself, right? But we can only attack only when we are wounded. So that puts our you know self-defense forces people in danger. So that was a really that's been a big problem. And yeah, I don't know how they did that in Middle East. Okay. You look like you could pass for an American or someone who has stayed in America for a while with your facial expressions. Yes. I watch American videos or TV shows all day long if I am not playing Call of Duty Mobile. It's either Americans or COD Mobile. So I copy. Like humans are very interesting that if you keep watching, like you imitate, so Japanese people sometimes freak me out because their face is always the same. You can't tell how they're feeling. It's expressed in a slight, like a tone of voice. So we have to read others. Yeah, so we do a lot of investigation too. Like I feel like Japanese people are detectives. Like yeah, we watch other people very closely, even online. How far are you from the store? Can you walk or have to drive? Everything is in walking distance. So our grocery stores, we can go to 3 or so or 4 or maybe more grocery stores, and also there are drugstores, police, city hall, park, train stations, multiple bus stations. Like everything is in walking distance. So we don't have a car. I don't even have a driver's license. So yes, that's just Japanese Japanese life. Ray is what you call a Mary Sue, makes females overpowered to the point they are unrelatable to real women. Yes, exactly. I didn't know about the term Mary Sue. But yeah. You should get one of those waffle ice creams. Oh, that would be so cool. I'm hungry and sleepy. Oh, I hate the CCP. By the way, just so you know, Japan it's very, 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 very cold here in Japan. Yeah, so like in the middle of the night, last night I had to turn on the heating because it was like my husband was sleeping and I was awake, but usually I stay up, without the heating because like I don't want to boost our electricity bill. But I had to turn it on because it was so cold and it's gonna snow soon in a few days, I think. Like a very massive, what it's called in English? Kampa. Cold weather. Cold wave. Cold hits. Cold weather is just literal. It's very literal. Uh, Daikampa. Big cold wave. Seriously. Many. English has to get more creative, man. It's so simple. Major cold wave is coming this weekend. Okay, that's kind of a cool way to say that. Cold front. Yeah, maybe that's electrons. Is okay. Yeah, some English words are difficult to pronounce. um the guy I keep talking about, Daijiro, was explaining the rhythm difference, between Japanese and English too. That um for example, the example that he was using was a cup of coffee, right? So it's in English, it's a cup of coffee, a cup of coffee, right? But when Japanese people read it in Norway, it's a cup of coffee, a cup of coffee. Like everything is the right? But in English, it's like a cup of coffee, right? So it's rhythmical and it's so different. Like I wouldn't say like so different. Like there's no expression like that in Japanese. It's kind of though, like mecha something, right? Like I could say that, but like our pronunciation is just different. So man, English is difficult. Yoko, what do you think of Zelensky? I think he's doing great. Like um it's- considering his background, like non-political background, um I'm amazed by the efforts that he's making. Like I think it might have been good that it was him instead of a regular politician, though, because he knows how to get on stage, right? Whether it's good or bad, like, so he knows how to make a presentation and how to appeal to others, and he can memorize too. So that's working for Ukraine. I was actually watching the TV show here. I mean, a TV program focusing on the branding of Ukraine about the war. That Ukraine had to brand or market their political ideas and so on. Like for example, the one thing that was introduced on the TV show was that the bravery, like be brave like Ukraine. I think that was something like that, that there was this expression, the brave or braver, like being brave, like brave was the adjective to market Ukraine, to let the world know about the war and how how Ukrainian people are fighting for their motherland. So after the campaign, you know like people's awareness changed and that more support came in. So yeah, he's so I think that like it's for Ukrainian people, I think that it's working in favor for them that Zelensky is the president. Hmm. I don't even know if like everything that he's saying is his idea too, like because he's not a really politician, at heart. So, hmm. Nice. So different. Like, yeah, totally, Yes, yes. US Congress is making a statue of him. What? And his wife stole like 30K for a shopping spree. What? That is so wrong. Yeah. Problem like that happens. Yes. I mean, people are still humans, so yeah. Hmm. That's not good. Yeah. Hmm. Man. But like when I look at Ukraine is like our future, the future that doesn't that we don't want to happen. But as you know, CCP is spreading, like they're expanding in Asia, and already like Tibet, Turkestan, Salam Mongolia, Hong Kong, and now Taiwan is threatened by CCP, and CCP is almost every day they are coming into the waters around the Senkaku Islands of Japan, and they also coming to our airspace too. So we are the target. We are next. And right now we look at Ukraine, and we are actually very impressed by how Ukraine is doing, and getting the cooperation from the international society, from the free world like America, the UK, and all the European countries, and Canada and Australia, India. Like they get all this cooperation, and it's like, wow, it's really difficult. Back in the day, like before the World War II, China did well. China, the communists went to America, like especially this one specific like Chinese lady, who was actually Christian, and she had lived in she's oh, she's not a communist. She's a wife of what's it called, Shogaiseki, Chiang Kai-shek. Shang or Chiang Kai-shek's wife. She went to America, and she toured around America to, get an attention from Americans. There she moved the hearts of, American people, and that's how she or they got the support from America. And so in wars, things like that is very important. At the end of the day, it's like kind of like a business basically, that to you need to make a presentation and get the support from those who you want the support from. So Zelensky is doing well, right? But Japan, on the other hand, like, are we ready for stuff like that? I'm here, but I'm not famous enough. And but Ukraine, for example, there are two Ukrainian guys fluent in Japanese. One is a scholar, another is he a foreign student here? Like, I don't know his background, but he's very young. But the other is older generation. But I mean, but like around my husband's age, I think. But anyway, but two Ukrainians very fluent in Japanese, and I don't remember when, but several years ago, they started to appear in our conservative community. Boom! Like, oh, there are Ukrainians. Like, where's Ukraine? Like, we started to wonder. But then they are conservatives basically, so like they appeal to us, and they understand Japan so well, and they're very fluent. So we are very open to them. We trust them, and we became friends basically. And so it came naturally when Ukraine started to get invaded. We were like, oh my gosh, Ukraine, that Ukraine, right? Because we knew Ukraine through those two guys here. So again, it's very important that, like, stuff like that is very important, that we need to get connected. We need to be connected on a daily basis for stuff like that. And because of that, I think that China, for example, they have Confucius Institute, and they have all this like propaganda centers, in the world, because they want to brainwash. They want to brainwash you, to feel China is close and that China is your friend. They do that propaganda very wisely and effectively, and that's a problem because we suck at it, right? So we our war is very much layered like that. So we need to be cautious about all sorts of things, and we need to have literacy basically. I don't like Ukraine. I think U.S. uses it to launder dirty money. Trump got impeached just for bringing that up 4 years ago. Oh, yeah, yeah. There's always that side, and I don't know. At the same time, though, like it's about the priority. I think I don't know about money laundering aspect too much. I should be aware, but at least Japanese people, like we're not very much alert on things like that. We rather think about the cause of the war, like what kind of war should we fight. Hmm. It's frustrating how much money we send to Ukraine. Yeah, that I can understand. When inflation is as bad as it is in the US, and then his wife is going on shopping sprees and gets on TV and is demanding more money. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, I understand very much. So I think though that it's not. Is it the problem of them, or rather the like? I think that Biden, like, if that's true and if that's the problem that you are facing, then it's Biden who needs to be very strict against them, right? So that's the most important part. I think that, hey, we've given you the money, so like as promised, like make sure that you keep the promise, right? And just fight and use it wisely because it's our blood money, right? So that's the job of the president, like your leader and also your diplomats. So that's something that you need to, I don't know, if I were American, I think that I should focus on that rather, because it just shows that you're kind of like looked down on basically by the action. I don't know, like the level of how they think, but the action, what the action, the message that the action is sending politically is that it's like looking down on America. And so your leader has to say something about it, like not to cause problems, so maybe not directly like publicly, but behind the scenes, you have to make sure that you are in control. So yeah, Trump would be very, very great with stuff like that because art of the deal, right? But no Biden. Yeah. Yeah, money is always a problem. But anyway, oh man, it's nearly 2 hours. I should go, guys. My throat is getting sore too. So I feel like something on my throat. Like I feel like there's some inflammation or something on my throat. I've been feeling weird for the past few days. Anyway, I should let you guys go to sleep. Right? It must be really late. Sorry for coming in very late. Uh, southern border way. Russians have been getting arrested sneaking into the United States southern border because they don't want to be forced into Ukraine war. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I really hope that Russia and China collapse from within, like I what we learned from Soviet Union collapse was that they collapsed from within. So yes. Anyway, I could lambo forever, but I should go. Thanks, Yoko and husband. Thank you. Take a clove of garlic. We love garlic. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, for my throat. Okay, thank you. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so next week is 来週はやれるよね。So, okay. I'll be back next week, okay? Make sure you're following me on Twitter at Random Yoko, and also make sure you're subscribed to this channel and hit the bell so that you get notifications, okay? Okay. Take care, Yoko. Thank you. You guys too. Please take care, okay? And let's talk again next week. Sorry if I missed your comments and questions. I will try my best next time. Okay. Feel better. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna go. Have a good night or day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.